Thank you, Sergeant. We appreciate it.
The winter storm that affected the United States was not a single short weather event. It was a large and complex weather system that developed over several days and impacted a wide portion of the country at the same time. This system combined multiple dangerous elements, including heavy snowfall, freezing rain, ice accumulation, strong winds, and extreme cold temperatures. The storm began as cold Arctic air moved southward into the central United States. As this cold air collided with warmer, moisture-rich air from the south, conditions became ideal for widespread winter weather. This interaction caused snow in some areas, freezing rain in others, and severe ice buildup across many regions. The geographic impact of the storm was extensive. States in the central U.S., the Midwest, the South, and the Northeast all experienced disruptions. Areas such as Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, and the New England region were affected to varying degrees. Some states experienced snowstorms, while others faced ice storms that caused more structural damage. Temperatures dropped rapidly. In many areas, temperatures fell well below freezing, and wind chill values made it feel even colder. These conditions made outdoor exposure dangerous within minutes, especially for vulnerable populations such as the elderly, children, and people without adequate shelter. Road conditions deteriorated quickly. Snowfall, combined with freezing rain, turned highways and city roads into solid sheets of ice. Vehicles lost traction, leading to thousands of traffic accidents. Many major highways were closed entirely because emergency services could not operate safely on the ice. Tow trucks, ambulances, and police vehicles also struggled to respond. Air travel was severely disrupted. Thousands of flights were canceled or delayed across major airports, including Dallas, Fort Worth, Chicago O'Hare, Atlanta, New York JFK, LaGuardia, and Boston Logan. Passengers were stranded for hours or days. Airport terminals became temporary shelters as travelers slept on floors waiting for flights that were repeatedly postponed. Public transportation systems were also impacted. Train services were suspended or delayed due to frozen tracks and power issues. In some cities, subway services were reduced because ice and snow interfered with electrical systems and track switches. One of the most serious consequences of the storm was widespread power outages. Heavy snow and ice accumulated on trees and power lines, causing them to collapse. Transformers failed under the weight and stress. As a result, millions of people lost electricity, some for several days. Without power, heating systems stopped working, making homes extremely cold and unsafe. The loss of electricity created secondary hazards. Many households turned to alternative heating sources such as portable heaters, fireplaces, and generators. This led to an increase in house fires and carbon monoxide poisoning incidents. Emergency responders reported multiple cases where improper heating methods caused serious injuries or fatalities. Hospitals operated under emergency conditions. Emergency rooms saw a rise in patients suffering from hypothermia, frostbite, falls, and vehicle-related injuries. Staffing shortages occurred because some healthcare workers were unable to travel due to road closures. Hospitals relied on backup generators to maintain operations during power outages. Deaths were reported across several states during and after the storm. Most fatalities were not caused directly by snowfall, but by indirect effects such as traffic accidents, exposure to extreme cold, delayed medical treatment, and unsafe heating practices. Each death highlighted how dangerous extreme winter weather can be even in highly developed countries. Government authorities responded by declaring states of emergency in multiple regions. The National Guard was deployed to assist with rescue operations, transportation of supplies, and welfare checks on vulnerable residents. Snowplows and road crews worked continuously, but the intensity of the storm made progress slow. Schools, colleges, and universities were closed across large areas. Many businesses shut down or shifted to remote work. Courts, government offices, and public services reduced operations. Daily life was significantly disrupted for millions of people. The storm also affected supply chains. Delivery trucks were unable to reach stores due to road closures. Grocery stores experienced shortages as people stocked up on essentials such as food, water, batteries, and heating supplies. Fuel deliveries were delayed, affecting both households and emergency services. In coastal areas along the East Coast, strong winds and high tides created the risk of coastal flooding. Some low-lying communities faced evacuation warnings due to storm surge and rough sea conditions. Ports and ferry services were suspended. Meteorologists described the storm as unusually intense due to the combination of snow, ice, and extreme cold occurring simultaneously across such a wide area. The storm system moved slowly, which prolonged its impact and made recovery more difficult. Climate scientists noted that such extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and unpredictable. Changes in atmospheric patterns, including disruptions in the jet stream, allow cold Arctic air to travel farther south than normal. This increases the likelihood of severe winter storms affecting regions that are not fully prepared for them. As the storm moved eastward, snowfall gradually decreased in some areas, but freezing temperatures remained for several days. The recovery phase began slowly. Power restoration took days in some places and weeks in others. Road clearing continued long after snowfall stopped. The economic impact of the storm was significant. Damage to infrastructure, lost business activity, flight cancellations, and emergency response costs amounted to billions of dollars. Insurance claims surged as homeowners reported damage from burst pipes, roof collapses, and flooding caused by melting ice. This winter storm demonstrated that even advanced infrastructure is vulnerable to extreme weather. It exposed weaknesses in energy systems, transportation networks, and emergency preparedness. The event served as a reminder that extreme weather is not just an environmental issue, but a national security, economic, and public safety concern. What happened in the United States was not an isolated incident. It reflected a global pattern of increasingly severe weather events. The storm showed how quickly normal life can be disrupted when multiple systems fail at the same time. This is the complete, realistic picture of what occurred during the winter storm, based on real impacts, real disruptions, and real consequences, without exaggeration, without storytelling, and without fictional elements.